Hi guys, thanks for watching. Andy here. Let's do a reading for the sign of Capricorn. It's July 2019, but the best time to watch these is when you personally are drawn to watch them. In other words, now. So let's have a 3-card spread, please, for the sign of Capricorn. Shuffling Tarot in Wonderland here. All about Alice in Wonderland and all about you, really, and all about me because it's the tarot. There we go. And what is the first card we have? Strength, number 8. Now there's a real positive place to start from, number 8. Alice isn't looking terribly positive in this card. Hope you can see it. You probably can, but it looks to me as if you can't, and it is quite a dark card. But look, she's cuddling this animal here. This is very different to the traditional Rider-Waite image of a woman with her hands in a lion's mouth. But you can take more or less the same meaning from it, okay? She is actually taking a lot of strength from having this animal close to her. She is actually feeling its energy, and the love between a person and an animal can be a really positive thing, a great comfort, and it can kind of make things feel okay at times when they don't feel so good. And this looks like difficult times to me. Okay, it's number 8, so it's as above, so below. It's really positive and it's about eternity. But maybe Alice's fears here are that she's going to be stuck with something through eternity. Not so, because I'm sure, being the first card of the ones we've pulled out here today for Capricorn, that this is just the beginning of something, and it really is quite positive. You know, Alice does have the strength to get through in this tale. It does actually work out. So there we go. It's the first card for Capricorn. So I'm going now into Stephen Farmer's Messages from Your Animal Guides, Animal Spirit Guides deck. It shows better on that side there. Okay, and has someone been kind of gazing into your life, looking a bit strictly at you, Capricorn? That can be a problem, really, can't it? Someone who doesn't really know about your life and doesn't really understand what you're trying to do, sticking their nose in. Just be assertive about it. Remember that strength as well, and also remember that just because someone demands an answer from you doesn't mean you've got to give it, or not most of the time anyway, unless it's like a court of law or something. So, remember that, because even if your self-esteem isn't all that high, look at all the laws that have been made to protect people, and remember that you're one of the people they want to protect with those laws, so that you do matter, This world is always trying to make us feel as if we don't matter at all, personally, on an individual level, but that is something. It's not even, I don't think it's political, because it doesn't play into one side of politics or the other, but it's there throughout politics somehow. That feeling that, the people who really matter are the ones who get voted into high office, and the rest of us, well, we'll be all right somehow, won't we? Well, yeah, we will actually, because we're capable of ignoring politicians, and we've got long experience of kind of trying to get through all the craziness that comes into this world. So the first thing that's come now for the strength card is Octopus. Practice shape-shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. Goodness me, I didn't think that was going to come up for this, but there you go. It would be a very boring world if I knew which cards were going to come up all the time. So this has given us more significance about the strength card, and these are the strengths that Alice is going to have to rely on. Shape-shifting can seem like a kind of a sly thing. That's not what this is about. It's only really meant for the highest good of all concerned. So do keep that in mind. But, we can be different versions of ourselves. It's the way life works. It's actually not all that difficult a lot of the time. I grew a beard a couple of weeks ago. It made me look quite a bit different, People in the local kind of town here didn't recognise me immediately. And it wasn't much of a beard. It never got very long. I just decided I didn't want a beard. But that, in a way, is a kind of shape-shifting, And it's not really meant to con anyone. It's meant to suit you. And it's meant to make you stronger, actually. It's meant to add to your strength. So there we go. The octopus saying that's the way to do what is called, to do what's being called for when the strength card comes up. Okay, so let's shuffle some more and say, tell us more, please, about the sign of... give me another card, please, for the sign of Capricorn. Sorry, let's just get my Earl Grey tea. That'll fire my brain up a bit more. I've got some honey in that today. That's making it better. Okay, give us the next card, please, in this reading for the sign of Capricorn. Another card for Cappy, please. And we've got the Knight of Swords. Right, now then, here is a lot of help actually, a lot of help. But you have to be really clear about what you're doing and why. And you have to convince the guy that you're doing the right thing. He hasn't got the thrusting energy of like the wands. He hasn't kind of got the longings, the heart's desires of the cups, and he's not really earthy like the pentacles. He's the Knight of Swords, so he's air sign energy. He's Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. That kind of energy coming around you. And bear in mind, someone with, say, for example, Gemini energy might not actually be a Gemini. There might be something else, a different sun sign with Gemini as the moon sign, or Gemini significant somewhere in their chart. Who knows? It's fluid energy. It's very different from one person to the other, but they all mean stuff. So here we've got the Knight of Swords. If you can convince this guy that you're acting for the best reasons and you're trying very hard to do the right thing for the highest, best good of everyone concerned in it, then you've really got strong possibilities. Now, in terms of love and relationships, I'm not really seeing a clear outcome going on in this reading so far, but I can see things getting adjusted, things getting put right that are going to make it pretty good in love in the future, because these are all things we need to think about. Need to be in your power, in your personal strength, really, for a relationship to go well, and you need to be convinced that you're doing things for the right reasons and that it's leading the right way. Otherwise it just does not feel as good. That's simple. Okay, let's get out the Animal Spirit Guides cards again and say, tell us more please about the Knight of Swords in this reading for the sign of Capricorn, which I am doing in July of 2019, but which people can watch whenever they like. And what have we here? Cat, domestic. I do like domestic cats, I've got two myself. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. So why am I asking you to follow the Knight of Swords in that case? That is the question that's going through my mind now. Well, just simply that the Knight of Swords isn't the easiest of people to convince. You can see the clouds in the sky here are slightly slanted, only slightly actually. But when we get a slanting in the sky like that in the tarot, it does actually mean things aren't exactly as they seem. There is a big decision to make here, see, when we've got the sword card out. And yeah, because that is what the swords are all about, really. The decisions we need to make, the choices and the sureness we need in order to be able to move forward in all the other areas of our life. And the cat is saying the answer to this, strike out on your own, relinquish your over-dependency on others. Now, these would be the others that you're having to shapeshift to get around. It's too much effort, isn't it? We can all shapeshift, you can do it, I can do it, why not? Because why should we be driven to do it by someone else's greed or apathy or whatever? You know, something. If you've got a kind of shapeshift to get through things, someone's being negative, friends, and it isn't you. It is not you. Okay? But hey, this world ain't Kansas when I'm thinking of things that aren't things. So, really get grounded. I think that's what I want to say. I haven't seen a card that's specific about grounding yet, but it's certainly a part of the strength card. And you can tell Alice feels secure here, and she is kind of underground in a cave, so that is a very grounded position. But it looks like you're fairly grounded already, Capricorn, and it is the sign of the goat. You guys are very, very sure-footed, I know. Hang on to that. You're going to need to be sure, okay, because you're going to be striking out on your own a fair bit, as far as I can see in this reading so far. So let's have the last of the three cards, please, in this reading for the sign of Capricorn. The last of the three cards in this reading for Capricorn, and we've got the 8. Have we? Nope, sorry, it's the... I can't tell what I'm doing here. Right, okay. No, it's not the 8 of anything. It's just what I saw out of the corner of my eye there. It's number 3. It's the Empress. So it's major arcana energy now. We've had strength at the beginning, number 8, and this is number 3, the Empress. So in numerological terms, we are actually stepping backwards a little bit, but it's about getting things sorted out before, you know, because this is going to be a much more solid 3 than this 8 is, especially if we're really sure enough and we've sorted out the Knight of Swords and we know why we're doing what we're doing. Now, the Empress isn't all that sure of herself, this is the thing, and she's getting help from Alice here, because as much as she's rich in all things as the Empress, and there's so much that she could do, so many possibilities, she's not too good at getting on with the nitty-gritty of life, things like brushing her hair, that kind of thing, tend to go out the window. And that's metaphorical, you know, but some of the basic tasks of life get missed particularly when we're very sort of spiritually minded and we're trying to fly to the higher chakras and we're in love and we're thinking about love. It can become quite difficult there. I mean, look, she's only got one shoe on for a start, but you know, every one of us who looks at that card, the Empress, can see really what she needs is a helping hand, and she kind of needs a ready, steady helping hand that's always there, always waiting in the wings to help. A lot of us need that. A lot of us don't get it though, you know. Maybe that's going to be a good thing in a relationship if it comes, but it is all part of the balance. It depends what the relationship is. If someone really is a soulmate, you know, they'll do those things for you. If it's more the twin flame thing, you might want to be going forward a bit more quick than that. Who knows? But we have got the Knight of Swords here, and he can go forward and he can get things done. He hasn't got that much charisma, but he has got a lot of talent and a lot of possibilities, and he is the heart of the matter in this reading. And he's Libra, Aquarius or Gemini energy, so very positive there. This just doesn't look that positive, but it is the way to a good outcome. And quite honestly, if you turned out to be an Empress, you'd be pretty chuffed, or an Emperor, guys. I mean, you may not want to have a sex change while you're about it, but hey, you could. We live in that kind of world. Anything is possible. Everything is possible if you put your mind to it, my friends. Okay, Capricorn, let's say, shuffle this again and say, tell us some more, please, about the Empress in this reading for the sign of Capricorn. They're falling about all over the place today. First one I saw is Wolverine. Okay, so that's the one we'll read. Okay, let's just get these sorted out a minute. Can't have cards on the floor, that would never do, would it? Okay, so telling us more about the Empress in this reading for the sign of Capricorn in July 2019. Wolverine, you're what does it say? You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Ah, there we are. So, I don't know a lot about Wolverines, you know, it's not something that we're familiar with in UK. We were familiar with it back in the Middle Ages, but I think we got rid of them all. So maybe this is old fears coming up from the past. Maybe something about that is making you think you're not tough enough, you haven't got what it takes. Well, why should you have to be tough enough for a thing like love where people are supposed to be comfortable together? Why should you have to be tough enough, really, in any situation where you're going to keep on doing the same thing and the situation's going to repeat day in, day out? Much better to be in a situation that suits you, where you're comfortable. So don't be afraid to say no. Life is a conveyor belt of opportunities. If this one doesn't work out, something will work out in the future. You just keep going, guys. And remember, you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Okay, Capricorn, well, I'm going to leave it there. That's my look at life and love for Capricorn this week. I'll be back soon with more readings. Many thanks to everyone who's subscribed and have been viewing the videos. The views are going up. They had a bit of a glitch last week. They kind of shot down, so I'm trying to get them up again. But subscriptions are going up and up and up, and it's wonderful to see that. Hopefully soon I'll hit 1,000 subscribers and I'll be able to do live mediumship. Thanks everyone who's subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment. We will share the journey. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Have a fantastic week. Peace out, and I'll see you soon. Bye.